Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Fuzzy from Fuzzy Ghost Models here, back with another What's in the Effin' Box review. Today we're looking at this beastie. It's the 32nd scale TF-104 Starfighter from Italeri. Now I apologize for the little damage on the box, but because the box was damaged, I got a great deal on it. So we're going to look at it anyway. All the parts inside are good. It's a massive box. Zoom out a little bit. It's a great big box. Got some nice box art on it. The side has got the available markings. Got a great set of markings for many variants. The other side just has some build up images and photo etch and the decal layout. So let's open it up and we'll have a look and see what's inside. Like I said, the box it's a big one. We'll get that open. All right, so there we are. And first out of the box is, we'll zoom in on this. It looks like some weapons. Knife. I will be building this up for a gentleman who's requested a 32nd scale 2-seat Starfighter in Canadian markings. So we'll be building that up for him. All right, bag's empty. So looks like two the same sprue. Yep. So I'll have a look at one of these here. Zoom in a little bit. All right, so these are the wingtip tanks. And we'll zoom right in and get it focused. There we are. So the molds look pretty clean. I mean, it is Italeri. Italeri has a reputation for sometimes not being the best of quality. We also have two different types of AIM-9. And it looks like some of the parts for the seat. Sorry, it's focusing on my hand. Seat parts. Definitely seat parts. The other side looks like, I'm not sure if they're wing tanks, but could be. There's the wheels. AIM-7. Some mounting parts. Pylons. And the other side of the wingtip tank. I mean, it's got some pretty good detail there. Pretty good detail. See if there's anything on the other side here. All right. Wing tank fins, the fuel caps. Looks pretty good. Yeah, it looks pretty decent. I mean, it is 32nd scale, so you'd hope they were able to put some good detail into it. All right, so I'm going to put those aside, and we'll pull out the next bag here. All right, this has got some interesting pieces in it too. So you know it's got winter's still holding on up here in Canada right now. We're got a little loose part, or just a bit of sprue. And we'll put those in the box. Some freezing rain, and hopefully we're warming up and getting into spring. All right. Once again, got some really interesting parts here. So it looks like more seat parts. There are both types of seat in this kit, the Martin Baker and the Lockheed one, and some paneling. This is what I really like here, and this is something missing from both Hasegawa and I believe Kinetic are missing some of the tubing and that from the inside of the canopies. So this is really nice to see. Looks like some more greeblies for internals. Little fabric shroud. There is one of the IPs. There's the front canopy coaming, some of the computer boxes, rear mount on the cockpit. I mean, this has some good detail. Should paint up nicely. These are seat rails for the different seats. And this is the lower fuselage. There's the hole for the front landing gear. I mean, it looks pretty good. It's not something that you go, wow. I've seen similar in 48, so I mean, it's going to paint up nicely. And then we have, these look like the inside of the front wheelbase. And the doors, some more internals. There's one of the cockpit tubs there. And it has some pretty nice relief on there. Let's see if I can get it right in. They actually look like switches, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. Right? And the bulkheads for the cockpit. All right. So that is one of the other sprues. Put that aside. Get another bag out. This one here, it's got the engine and the extra seat for the two-seater. Pull that out. Nothing in the bag. Now let's have a look at the seat here. Okay. So there's some of the sides to the seat, which you don't really see any of this once it's in, maybe the top of these here. And the oxygen bottle, yeah. And the padding, the rocket rail, and some of the other stuff. This is nice. This is pretty fine. That's good. And the pull handle here is also good. So we'll have a look at, so this is the engine, and it comes with both open and closed, I don't know what you call them. The engine, the brain's not working. The engine detail, afterburner thingy. Anyway, here's the engine sprue. This is obviously part of the stand. Let's get right in there. Stand for the detail to hold the engine on if you want it out. Actually, I think it's for the tail. I think the tail slides off, and you can see the engine detail. So here's the engine. Yeah, it's okay. It can definitely use some additional or replacement wiring and whatnot if you're going to display it. And there's some more stuff here. The afterburner cans, or the exhaust nozzles. Open and closed. Afterburner ring. We'll flip this over and have a look at the other side in a minute. And there's the ladder, and the ladder steps, it looks like. So we flip this over. There's some more of the engine detail and the looks pretty good. This one looks like it's going to need cleanup on the inside here because of the mold seam, but the one that's closed definitely looks better. Probably going with that. There's actually, that looks like the intake, part of the intake where the two trunks come together. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Put that aside. And we got this lovely sprue with these fuselage halves and some other nice little greeblies. Come on, be nice. There we go. All right. Okay, so here we have the fuselage halves, and this is the two-seater version. They do the single seat as well, and they do a single seat C, an early one as well, which has few different details to it. So let's zoom right in here. We can look, and the panel lines look a little on the heavy side, a little bit, but nice coat of primer on there should help. If I was doing this in a bare metal configuration, I think I'd add some rivets to it. There's the intake splitters, the engines, some of the bulkheading, and we'll go up here. So this is a G model, but it comes with both bulged doors and non-bulged doors. Now the Canadians flew technically what were Gs, but with smaller tires. So the Canadian Gs did not have the bulged doors. Only the other ones, the Germans and whatnot, had the bulged doors because of the larger diameter tires. Anyway, here's the port side fuselage. And you can see it's separated from the tail, so you can display the engine. And you know, it looks pretty good. It's going in a gray-green European camo scheme, so it should look pretty decent. Again, there's the nose cone, fuselage strake, and there's the other cockpit tub, which is kind of, it's the front one. That's the front one? Yeah, it's probably the front one. It's okay. Needs some sprucing up. There's the two different types of intake covers, and some of the other little greeblies in there. So I mean, oh yeah, let's have a look at this. We didn't have a look at this too much. So here's the inner wall of the main gear, and it's mediocre, but at least there's some sort of detail. I don't know. That should be replaced, I think. In this scale, it can be much better. Much better. All right. So that's that. Flip it over. I don't know if there's any detail on the other side. It's just the inside of the gear bay doors. So there's the non-bulged version, a little fluffy thing here. And there's some ejector pin marks, which are in the bad places. Like, look at these. That's not good. Larry, what are you thinking? Yeah, not the greatest. And these are the bulged ones. Again, ejector pin marks that are huge. The bane of the modeler's existence. Yeah. Oh well. That it is what it is. I think there's no other two-seat available in 32nd scale, unless somebody made a conversion for the Hasegawa 32nd scale, which is ancient. And the last bag is this one with the tail and the wings and some other little cool stuff. All right, here we go. We'll zoom back in. We'll have a look at the tail fuselage and rudder. So there we go. That looks pretty good. There's the rudder there, one of the IPs. That doesn't look too bad. Tail again on the starboard side. And then we have leading edge and the wing itself. It looks like the upper wing, flap, another flap, and the other wing. So ailerons are molded in, which is kind of strange at this scale. And there's the other leading edge. And there's one of the other. This is another wingtip tank. Thought they were 2 on the other one, but maybe I was mistaken. There's the tail, tall tail, looks good. And these are the lower sections of the wings. Some greeblies. There is the main landing gear, and it's all one piece, kind of similar to Hasegawa. But you can see the bloody flash all over this. So the one good thing about when I'm going to build this kit is that it's going to be built wheels up and in flight. So I don't have to worry about this nonsense or the ejector pin marks in the gear doors. So that should help. These must be the, let's flip it over. Yep. These are the air brakes, which also have some ejector pin marks, although those should be fairly easy to clean up. There's the front portions, because the 104 gear bay doors are bifurcated. There's 2. So these are the smaller sections of them, and they have nice ejector pin marks in them. I'll flip that back over. So gear door actuator type stuff, missile rails for the ends of the wingtips, I guess, if that's the way you're going to go. And I think that's it. We didn't look at the other side, the underside of the tail. There it is there. Good detail. Just enough to make it interesting, I guess. And one other thing, the nose gear. So it is weighted, which is good. But again, I won't be using those. We'll zoom back out. That's it for the gray parts. Clear parts. Here. Okay, this part's come off the sprue. Ooh, got a little stuff on me. All right. So there we are. This one, because it came off, it's got some scratches on it. We can polish those out. It's not that bad. It's nowhere near as bad as the last border model Spitfire, which was scratched to all the bejesus, and was also had bubbles in the clear plastic. So this one looks all right. Looks pretty good. Definitely after a dip in future, it's going to look really, really nice. You can see some of the navigation lights are also in clear, which they should be, and there's the HUD there as well. But it looks pretty good. Let's throw this on here, and you can see there is some distortion, but it's not going to be too bad. We'll see what it looks like after it's polished and dipped. Okay, so we'll put those aside. The kit also comes with some photo etch. And we'll zoom in on here. And basically, the photo etch is for the tail section that comes off, some of the bulkhead detail for that, the seat belts, and I think there's some other little details in there, maybe for the cockpit. It's pretty basic. I'm not sure what the squares are for. It's got the mirrors on there and some other stuff. And that's the extent of the photo etch. And that's basically it for that. The kit also comes with 2 sets of printed stuff. This one is for the decals, and we'll run through that in a sec. This is the instruction manual. Typical parts breakdown. Let's put that aside. Typical parts breakdown. And then you go start with the seats, depending on which seat you want, Martin Baker or the Lockheed. With the photo etch seat belts, cockpit, front cockpit, so there's 2 different versions depending on what you're building. And it's looks like a pretty straightforward build. It does have side panels for the each of the cockpits, the front and rear, which is nice to have that detail there instead of being blank. Landing gear, intake stuff. Then you build the engine. Then we go on to the assembly, putting it all in together. You can see where the photo etch goes in for the fuselage bulkheads if you're going to have that separated. Nose gear goes in. The layout's very similar to 48 scale Starfighter stuff. Okay, so that's where right there is where that photo etch square goes in. So it's underneath the hinged portion for the electronics bay, which, yeah, we won't be using. Intakes. We go on to the wings. Tail assembly, and then you can see how you can have it on or off. The tail looks like you have to have either or. There's no locking mechanism to have it on, so you can take it off at a later point if you want to just show the engine off. There's the tail dolly or trolley or whatever you want to call it. You can put the engine on this portion. There's two. There's one for the dolly, the tail itself, and one for the engine. And then the two different types of wheels, they are bulged, which is good. And the two different gear bay covers, depending on which one you're building. And continues on. Fuel tanks. This one has the options for the wing fuel tanks, as well as the tip. And the canopy stuff goes on. There's a lot of good stuff. A lot of extra detailing here that is not included in many of the 48 scale versions. Open or closed. And then it's got the ladder. And there you have it displayed on the ground with the ladders. Two ladders. Two ladders or one? Nope, one. Pick your spot. And let's have a look at the markings that this comes with. And it comes with a lot. So here it shows you the instrument panel, where to put the what to paint, what the colors are. Then there's the fuel tank decals, then the stencils, common stencils, and it even has ones for the pylons, which is good. And then the upper and lower view. So options for markings, and this looks pretty cool. There's the Italiano from 1985, 20 group, fourth Stormo. Italian ones look really cool. And there's another Italian one from 1986, very similar. Then we have a Luftwaffe version from 1964. That's cool. It's a gray and white. That's pretty cool. Then we have a Canuck version from 1966 from Lahr, Germany, the D model. And then there's this 1976 U.S. Air Force, Luke Air Force Base, G. And we have a Spanish one, which is really cool as well. That's looks like silver fuselage, which is, I love painting metallic paints, love it. And then a Belgian Air Force version in the 3-color, which is really cool. That's really awesome. And last but not least, Netherlands Air Force, gray and green over gray, which is really awesome too. So that's the instructions. Last little bit is the decals. So this has two great big sheets. This is almost, so I got this picked this up for 80 Canadian pesos, which, you know, it's almost worth it just for the number markings on this sheet. So on these sheets. So we'll look at this one here, and this has a lot of the data stencils on it, and they look really good. Are they printed by Cartograph? Let's see. These are Cartograph decals, so never ever been disappointed with Cartograph. And yeah, you can see the carrier film is ultra close. Really good stuff. You can see the all the data stencils. They look really good. Everything looks pretty on register. Yeah, look at that. They're just beautiful. Nicely done. And then the second sheet has the rest of the Air Force markings on it. Zoom out just a little bit. You can see. And we'll go back in and take a look at what kind of carrier film we have on this sheet. Looks absolutely outstanding. Like, they have done a really good job, as Cartograph does, but Italeri has also done a good job with the artwork, which is important. Cartograph can't make good decals if the artwork is crap, but they look really good as well. Yeah, so test here. Let's see if this is actually, yeah, see, you can read it. That's how fine the printing is. You can totally read everything on there. Oh yeah, looks. Let's see if I can get that. There we go. Yeah, beautiful. I don't know what else to say, but yeah, awesome. Awesome. So that's it. Not so much a quick review, a little longer than normal, but that's this little thing, which isn't so little. Even though the Starfighter's a little, as a diminutive aircraft, this thing's going to be a decent size. So that's the review of the Italeri 32nd scale TF-104 in the box. What's in the effing box? So if you like the video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you like my work, go to buy me a coffee. You know, every little bit helps. And then also you can support Lost Aviator Coffee Company by going to their website, because I don't have a cup of Java here with me right now. It's brewing upstairs, and I couldn't wait to do this review. But if you go to the website and use Fuzzy's Ghost Models as a discount code, you get 10% off your first order online. And that's it. That's enough jibber jabber for me. Can't wait to get into this thing and start putting it together, and we'll see how it fits. Anyway, thanks everyone. Thanks for sticking it out to the end, and we'll see you on the flip side. Ciao for now.